All right, guys, welcome in. Hopefully the microphone's working. And we got weather coming in again. We just had a tornado up in Kansas City. I don't know if there's any damage. Kind of hit not like in the city, a little bit on the outskirts. We got weather moving in here very shortly. So we'll see if this stream will be able to hang in there because we got so much stuff to get into. And check this out, man. In Missouri, 2 people missing since May 15th was found in a submerged car in Missouri as flood threats continue. This just come out about an hour ago. What's crazy, man, I drove by the Missouri River in a couple different spots today. I drove out to Lawrence, Kansas. I checked out the Kansas River. They're full, man. They're getting ready to go over the levees. And we just had a storm roll through Kansas City that was dropping 1 inch of rain every 15 minutes. I mean, we're talking, man, this is biblical. This is crazy stuff going on. We know why it's going on. We're going to show you why, hopefully hear it a little bit later in this broadcast. I didn't even get time to pull anything up. I got a couple articles here we'll go into, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty and all the weather crap. And this is something I missed a while back. You know, I was reporting on all this stuff. This was on May 2nd, but there's a pig Ebola virus sends shockwaves through the global food chain. Now, we know they're targeting all the farmlands, and this African swine fever in China is definitely impacting the global food supply. Now, China, man, their biggest form of meat is the hogs, and they're losing them like big time. So they're having to import it, but man, I mean, it's just going to be out of control. I'm telling you, next year we have nothing being planted. You know, we got this stuff going on. We got beef that have been drowned by all the floods. Every river from the border of Canada all the way down to Mexico is about to bust the banks. And then finally some news comes out over here in the Butte County concerned over the lake levels. We're going to check that. Well, I can't read it because I'm not subscribed. These mainstream try to make you pay $2 for every single article, man. Screw that. We'll find out our own information. Hey, thanks there, Susan. Much love out there. That'll definitely help us. All right, now over Never Lose the Truth did a video earlier today. I don't know how long this video is. I watched the whole thing, and I was pretty astonished. This is a 1967 film called Above the Horizon. Let me post this link in the chat so you guys can save this and watch this video, or go over to her channel and watch it. And we will I'll probably play this over on DLive later tonight or something. This talks about 1967, how they were seeding the clouds and messing with the weather. You know, and I've seen some comments in there. People think it started with Operation Popeye. No, this stuff started back in the 1800s. I think 1891. We're going to bring some articles up in 1890 where they were already experimenting with the electrical and cloud seeding. So, yeah, this has been going on way longer than anybody thinks. And we'll just show you the all the evidence on that. But, yeah, definitely check out this thing here, or just go to her channel, check it out if you don't want to download or play it or whatever. I mean, this stuff is going on. They hide this stuff from us. And then you got DARPA to create mind-controlled weapons. Last year, the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Project Agency announced that it was seeking non-invasive ways to achieve high levels of brain system communications without surgery. The techniques would allow precise high-quality connection to a specific neurons or group of neurons. The agency wants to mind control weapons of war. Now, we just reported like a week or two ago about how China was doing brain implants. they were doing brain implants to get people to, if they didn't like, if they thought they were crazy or whatever, they were trying to make their minds think differently with these brain implants. And then they were putting monkey brains into humans, or human DNA into monkeys, man. Like Planet of the Apes type stuff. So there's so much crazy news going on. It's just unbelievable. And now we got crazy fires going on out in Israel, not only up in Canada. Canada is getting burned out. So apparently it's happening out here in Israel too. They're seeking international help from the raging wildfires. We know they haven't been getting chemtrailed. So who knows what this is caused from? We have a good idea. We'll get into that in a little bit here. Remember me talking about how they want to turn the skies white? Here's an article back from June 1st, 2012. Geoengineering could turn the skies white. Efforts to reflect away the sun's rays might also make the sky whiter. One of many reasons some distrust such geoengineering schemes. Well, I just had to be one of them. And I think we got a bunch of people out there in DLive and YouTube and Facebook, all that, we don't consent to this. But the white haze that hangs over major cities could become a familiar sight anywhere if the world decides to try geoengineering. Try my ass. They've been doing this since the early 1900s. If not, they started it in the 1800s, which I'm hopefully going to show you that here in a little bit. So this has been going on so long, and for all the disinformation campaigns out there and all the a-holes out there that try to dispute us, man, you never have no facts. We have facts. We have proof. You have nothing but a big mouth. All right, here we go. Opening of Montana highway delayed by bad weather. It's still wintertime up in Montana. It's still wintertime down in the desert. The desert is getting snow and cold temperatures. We're going to get into all that here just a little bit here. I'm trying to get through all these articles. All right, this is pretty crazy here. The geologists discovered the largest underwater volcano, and they say it explains the weird hum around the world. I think I know what the hum was. Researchers used multi-beam sonar to find the underwater volcano. The reflected sonar waves revealed the outline of an underwater volcano and a gassy flume rising from it. Back in 2015, I reported on a methane flume that that just blew out of the whole West Coast. I mean, the video went viral. NASA had to make a response video, and then I did a retaliation video to show they were lying. They were trying to say it was a map glitch on the Earth and all, but what they didn't know is the European model satellite had the same damn thing, and after I did the retaliation video, they took the response down. It happened. People were getting sick from it. They were getting headaches. I mean, the whole West Coast lit up. You can find it. I think it's called Mass Gas Explosion West Coast or something like that. It's in my video playlist. Unless they took it down, I haven't looked at it in a while. But what they're saying is this strange seismic event off the coast of Africa has led scientists to a mighty finding, the discovery of the largest underwater volcano eruption ever recorded. The eruption may also explain a weird seismic event recorded in November 2018 off the island of Mayotte, located between Madagascar and Mozambique in the Indian Ocean. That's right where the two cyclones hit a while back. Researchers described the event as a seismic hum that circled the world, but no one could figure out what sparked it. For starters, the hum rang at a single ultra-low frequency, which was strange because seismic waves rumble in many frequencies, like the S wave and the P waves. Let me tell you something. All these ionospheric heaters, they send out high frequencies that are bounced off the digisons and the super darns, and they send out ultra low frequencies. You know, they can blame this on, they're guessing at this. You know, if it was a earthquake or something like that, there would have been P waves and S waves. There wasn't. These, I think, was another man-made event. I'll leave all these article links in the description. All right, let's go ahead and go to the, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple other articles, and we'll jump into the weather. Because I want to show people, man, we're going to go to the timeline of the weather modification. And we're going to show you, this has all been documented, man. It's all here. Jim Lee and the other guy has found all this stuff, man. All these old newspaper articles. So we're going to go there right now. I'll have this link in the description too. All right, what am I not clicking right here? Let's just go to the newspaper articles. I've seen a couple bumblebees, but that's about it. I haven't seen no regular bees. All right, guys. So here we are at weathermodificationhistory.com/newspapers. These are all the articles that they have dug up. Oh, I mean, they've done extensive research on this stuff. You know, microfilm, all kinds of stuff. And you could start right here in the 1800s to 1930. You click on that. We have over 875 articles right here. So the very first article in here, let's check this out. Hey, thanks out there, Christy. Much love. So this is a mode to produce rainfall. They're going to use exploding torpedoes and other explosive agents within the cloud realm. And that hey, thanks sir, Bamboo. And that video that Never Lose Truth, in that video they were using the gases coming out of the super volcano up there. Man, I'm going blank here. Up there in South Dakota, Montana, whatever that is up there. What is that damn earth place up there, the super volcano? Somebody help me out here. What's the volcano up there, the super volcano? Here in the United States. I must be lagging because nobody's answering me. Anyway, Wyoming, yeah, that's what's the name of the super volcano there? Yellowstone. God, man, I'm having a brain lapse. All right, in that video, it shows where they were using the steam coming out of the Yellowstone, and they had these balloons full of explosives up above it, and they exploded it as the steam went up, and they created sleet like ice. So pretty crazy stuff. So it was so this right here was, what's the date on this? July 13th, 1880. 1880. They were already working with the weather. Here we are on June 20th, 1891. This comes out of the Sydney Mail. Last year's senator, blah, blah, blah. Let me see if I can get this, get down. This is another one. They were experimenting with explosives were used to disadvantage, let's see, hydrogen. Okay, here it is. The mere conception of artificial rain seems in the middle of the old-fashioned people to trench somewhat on, man, I can hardly even read that. These experiments are successful. The world will be surprised to realize that so simple a difficulty as a drought should have no so long escaped solution. Conductors of these experiments hold that some rain always exists everywhere and point to the fact that in the area's habitat, drought relief comes with a thunderclap. So they're talking about using balloons and explosives back in 1891. Here we go. Producing rain in 1981. This is coming out of the Desert Weekly out of Utah. August 11th, 1891. The government is going to make extensive experimental in producing rain to order, and balloons for the purpose are now in course of construction. There is but one balloon farm in the world. I'm not going to read all this, man. It's just too little reading. I guess I could have clicked the full size. There we go. Now I can see it. So a dispatch from Midland, Texas to the St. Louis Republic gives the following report of what was done. 10 days ago, the experimenters began operations as they kept up a continual skirmish since the time. Some of these most powerful apparatus has not been used to a great extent, but large quantities of rock mixture, dynamite, oxyhydrogen gas have been exploded on the ground from kites and balloons. The readings of the instruments which the Professor Curtis of the Smithsonian brought from the Weather Bureau at Washington clearly showed that these operations have marked effects upon meteorological conditions and have produced definite and practical results. Look, guys, this is August 29th, 1891. They were messing with the weather in 1891. This is hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago. These stupid trolls out here don't think they're doing it now. Look at all these articles from 1891. Method of producing rainfall out of Chicago, Illinois. July 16th, 1891. Boston, Ebony transcript. Bombardment of the sky kept up all night. Rain-making test unpopular in Washington. Showered glass and plaster. 1892. See, they were trying different materials. You think they stopped? They didn't stop. They want to control the weather. You control the weather. You control the food. You control the people. You control the masses. All this stuff that we're seeing coming out of these jets and drones and ships and the power plants, these are all to affect the weather. And then you got all the ionospheric heaters, you know, all the cloud ionizers. You can go buy a cloud ionizer for your farm. It's a mobile antenna array. You can go get a chemtrail license at the Texas Driver's License Bureau. Look it up. You think I'm shitting? Go look. So this has been going on since the 1800s. And hopefully the guy that commented that they thought that Operation Popeye was the first cloud seeding, no, not at all. That was, you know, what, 70 years, you know, after all this was going on. But you can find, you know, there's 800 and some odd articles here, just millions of articles. So that's probably enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump into some weather maps. Oh, man, I think I closed my worldview map. I did. That really sucks. So let me try to get that one loading because that thing takes forever. We may not be able to even use that one tonight because I swear it takes me a good 30, 35, 40 minutes to get all the maps loaded in different layers. Let's go ahead and see what's going on right now. We'll just do the last 24 frames here. And, you know, these storms that are hitting right now are dropping, you know, monsoonal rains, just incredible lightning. Why are we getting so much lightning? There's only one reason for all this lightning, and that's the heavy metal particles that were deployed up in the sky. And wait till you see Over in the Pacific, the ships are back. The bunker fuel is back. They're setting up for the next blast zone. Yeah, this is going to take a while to load. Get that off there. Yeah, the ships are back, man. They were gone for a week or two. You know, I can put the, here, let me see if I can put the lightning layer on here. We'll put the watches and warnings, make sure there ain't no tornadoes coming at me. Oh, yeah, there was a couple that went through Texas. We'll see if I can find the lightning. Where is that? Here it is. All right, give it a bit. Wow, we had tornado warnings up in Minnesota. Look at that. Tornado warnings in Kansas City. We got tornado warnings in Illinois. Wow, we got tons of tornadoes up in Illinois going into Wisconsin. Let me get something else loaded so that we can dig into that a little bit deeper. You know, we were watching the storms go into Kansas City, and I had my radar apps up, watching the local meteorologists. Man, they have no clue what the hell they're doing. They got crappier maps than this thing right here. So right now I've got all the tornado stuff going on. Let's see if this is all updated. Yeah, so you got La Crosse. Let me click this, see where this tornado is. So we have a tornado warning until 9:45. Oh, that just had to just Central Time. Yeah, that expired, or it's ongoing. That was about 11 minutes ago. Tornado warning for southwestern Monroe County and west central Wisconsin. Moving at 30 miles an hour. These things are fast movers, man, but the lightning is just insane. Let's go ahead and go up and take a look at that. And when we try to get this loaded again, but the ships are out here. All right, so now I just have, look at all the flood warnings. All the green is the flood warnings. The yellow are the thunderstorms, and the red is the tornadoes. I should have took off the, let me take out the watches and warnings just so we can see the lightning with these things. So these are the lightning. I mean, this is insane lightning, guys. I mean, it's going to be here at my house any minute, and we're going to be able to hear this stuff. I mean, it's mega thunder, crazy lightning. So let me go ahead and get them back on. We'll take the lightning off and just take a quick look here. So most of the tornado activity right now is way up in the north. So there was the ones that went through Kansas City. Looks like they're down, but now look way up here in Wisconsin and up in Michigan. You notice Florida, they have extreme heat. And you know what? They haven't had any chemtrails for like 5-6 days. Their weather is clear. We have winter storm watches in California. It's May 24th. It's almost June. And the only winter weather storm is in, you know, I'd almost call that Southern California. It's up in the mountains, but it's, and look, we have rain going on at the dams. But this is the biggest flood map I've ever seen. All these rivers are extreme flood levels. Tomorrow I'm gonna really dig into these heights of these rivers. I mean, there's hardly anything to go, man. They're gonna bust loose. We're looking at a catastrophe any day, especially after this storm system rolls through. It's dropping, you know, an inch of rain every 15 minutes. That's 4 inches of rain in an hour. That's insane. We know how it got there. All right, let me see if I can get this to play. Just to take a quick look at it. I'm going to get some other things loaded while we're waiting on that. All right, let me put on the, we need to put the 3.7 microns on here. And you're going to see the bunker fuel. You can already kind of see them right here. The white, strong white lines, if you guys can see that. Error occurred. Let me move that down. Screwing with this again. Anyway, we'll give that a minute, see if it'll load. You know, they're making it harder and harder for us to pull these streams off. At least it looks like the stream is holding together pretty good. And thanks there out there in Super Chat. Much love out there. You guys are definitely helping us keep this thing rolling. You know, we're going against the mainstream media lying sock puppets, and that's what they are. So let's try to take a look at this. Wow, look at that next rad blow up. They're trying to actually, look at that beam coming out. You know what? Where that tornado hit in Kansas City, there in Pleasant Hill, Missouri, a beam just like that was shooting out right where the tornado formed. Let me check out the base velocity, check out the, see if we got any kind of rotation going on with these things. And hopefully I can get into the fires up in Canada, man. They're getting hammered up there. I reported on the Alberta fires, man. That was one of the first big fires that I reported on, and they were dropping flares out of helicopters. We caught a bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, they're definitely microwaving this big time. Yeah, there might be a rotation right in there with that one right there, coming right out of the freaking next rad. Let's try the velocity and stuff. We'll just check a couple of these. All right, try to get this to load. Wow, look at that thing just kind of pulsing around. Yeah, try not to use the F-bombs, man. We got a lot of young people and a lot of really old people that watch this and read the chat, so we're trying to keep that kind of stuff down to a minimum. I mean, everybody should be pissed off, but you could be pissed off without dropping, you know, stuff like that in the chat. There's just too many young and old people that watch this show. We can see the microwaves. Look at that. The purple is the microwave energy coming off this, and we got it even shooting out in the red. And the crazy thing is normally they pulse out, you know, 50, and then they'll pulse all the way out to 100, sometimes 120 nautical miles. This is concentrated. This is definitely concentrated. Let's click. We just got a new warning here. Flash flood. There they go with the stupid flash flood. Everybody knows it's flooding. You know, when you got tornado weather coming at you, you don't want to hear about the floods. You want to hear about the tornadoes. All right, let me just check this one right here. This is where they come through earlier. I don't know what's going to happen with all this rain that's coming through right now. Luckily, look at this. This is where the tornadoes form. This is coming out of Kansas City. This is out of Pleasant Hill. Microwaves. So we'll get this one to animate. Look at that. It's just, they got this one all freaked out. They're actually trying to create a vortex, it looks like, without even watching it go. Hey, thanks there, Q City lady. Much love out there. Yeah, see how this one, they're pulsing the microwaves out, you know, maybe 150 nautical miles. So we got some crazy stuff going on with this next rad. There was actually a tornado that was actually, not a tornado, but possible tornado that was going to go right over the next rad, and it died out right over the next rad. And then soon as it got past it, 3 almost tornadoes spawned off. One of them actually was a tornado. You know, spotted by spotters. Hey, thanks there, Funky Blue. Much love to you. So yeah, we got some massive manipulation going on with all these radars. Let's just go ahead and check on down. Every one of them are showing signs of microwaves. Every one of them. Now this rarely happens. We might find one or two a night. Now every one I've clicked so far is showing signs of microwaves being blasted out of these Wxrs. This one looks like it's trying to keep the rain away. Look at that. I've never seen the purple in with the incoming winds. So we'll just keep on trying to check these out. So yeah, definitely shooting out beams everywhere. You know, these things are, a lot of these Wxrs have had the upgrade. They're like little miniature ionospheric heaters. They're omnidirectional. They can shoot these beams. Look, every one of them tonight. So far, every one of them is having microwave pulses. Wow, look at this thing. They're actually oscillating the microwaves and shooting out little beams. Look at that incoming beam right there. That's a first. Look at that. So we have another radar down below this sending signals to this radar. You know, these Doppler radars spin. They're not supposed to be shooting straight beams out. That's what we call searchlight mode. The purple shouldn't even be in this map. That's what we consider the radio frequencies or the microwaves. We call these the microwave pulse rings. And then you have the searchlight mode beams. So far, everyone I've clicked around these storms is in weather modification mode. Look at this, every damn one of them. So this is pretty strange. You know, the red is incoming, the red is outflowing winds. So this is pretty strange right here. Let's see what it does. I've actually seen them create vortexes with these Wxrs. You know, I really should have kept track if they were the upgraded ones or the old style. So on this one here, there's the full pulse ring, but they're actually just pulsing towards the moisture. So what happens with this? Let's get this fully loaded. Hey, thanks there, Rhonda. Yeah, so the microwaves, so far, all of them are pushing out towards the rain. And it looks like on this one, you know, it fully engulfs the radar after the microwave ring fires all the way up. It's like a CERN right here. Yeah, you're almost seeing that, like the whole, look, there's an outflow of the wind, watch. There's the outflow of the wind. It's starting to suck around. Now, usually when you get that little outflow right there, that shows that's kind of a sign of weakening, or at least it should be a little bit not as bad weather out ahead of it, because that's a colder air. Who knows with these, man? They're manipulating them all. Let's go down here even farther. Wow, look at, they got that baby rocking and rolling there. What's the white? So this is like almost the start zone of the storms. You know, we watched the one up in Oregon a while back that was, we called it the bloomin' onion, because it looked like an onion or half a cantaloupe or something cut in half. Well, this one's doing some strange stuff. I don't even know where to start with this one. So it's getting some kind of, I can't tell if that's incoming energy or outgoing right there. All that crazy red stuff. Looks like a volcano or something right there. Hey, thanks out there, Troy. Much love out there. All right, let's go back on the All right, let's see if this will load this time. Man, why are we getting that? Why are we getting this error? Sometimes it loads anyway, even with the error. So I probably got to leave the page up to get that to load. There it is. So let me expand this out. So we got tons of bunker fuel being deployed out here. All these white, or the yellowish white lines, if you can see these, I'll try to zoom in. Here's an X, and there's actually a bunch of them right here. I know it's probably hard for you guys to pull these out, but there's at least one, probably 10 there. There's a lot of ships back out here. These are not shipping vessels, fishing vessels. Look, they're spraying over here too. So they're creating a double. They're spraying both high pressures or low pressure systems out here. So we're going to definitely have to keep our eyes on this to see what they're trying to conjure up. And that's what they're doing. They're conjuring these storms up. I mean, just looking at these clouds formations are not even like normal clouds right there. We can look all around. Hell, most of them are being manipulated. All right, let me just take a quick look at this. This is the one I think might turn into a cyclone. You guys probably won't be able to see this part, but let me just check it real quick. If it's showing anything, I'll bring it up. No, they're still just showing it as an invest. Let me bring up the mimic. Volume's really low. I think that's YouTube, guys, because I'm looking at my broadcast where I can talk closer to the mic. And I was noticing that I watched a couple other videos, and I couldn't hardly hear the videos. So it's got to be like the YouTube stuff. Hey, thanks there, Shad. Huge cloud over Reading. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're, look, the atmospheric river's trying to go up into the Aleutian Island chain. See, that's a natural. But look, there's a big straight line there. So it looks like they might be trying to push the moisture away from California right now. But it's still being sucked in, just a little band of it. Unless they're doing like some fine tuning. And don't forget, over here in the UAE, they're steering the atmospheric river right now with the global trading company. They took over for the weather generators. The weather generators over here by the Sea of Iran are turned off for the next month. And then the global trading company is steering the atmospheric river right there. We already know that's going on. Look, see, they could actually pull this river right on up and put the fires out, but they're not going to. They're burning these regions on purpose, just like they're flooding out the Midwest on purpose. You go look at some of these companies that can steer this river right here, and they offer where they can make it not rain. They can, put fires out. They can relieve the droughts, but they can also drought places out. They could steer these storms out of the way. Yeah, that's completely, a 90-degree line like that. That's not normal at all. Not at all. So look, they are pulling some moisture right there into the California mountains. And look at this. They pulled the moisture all the way up into Canada. This is just insane right here. Yep, they're pulling every bit of this in. That's why that cyclone's not forming. That high pressure is still, they're keeping it locked over here, right over Florida. We'll double check that on the forecast models. All right, I got that documented pretty good there. I see a lot of crazy stuff on there. And let's just go ahead and check the Make sure no more tornadoes are hitting right now, and we're all good on that. Let's go take a look at California. Right over where the dams are. Whoa, that's odd. All right, let me try to find that link for the dam levels. Hey, thanks, sir, Yvette. Much love out there. You guys are definitely helping us. Give me a second, try to find this. You know, I try to keep all these links where I can find them, and then I still have, it's hard to focus on all these things. I can't hardly ever find them when I need them. All right, where is it? I'm looking. That's not it. I wonder if that's it. All right, let me try this here. That's probably it. Pretty sure oh no, that's the, look, man, since they steer the atmospheric rivers, they had to come up with a new scale. And they go from categories from, weak, moderate, strong, extreme, exceptional. So since they started steering the atmospheric rivers, they had to come up, it's like categories of hurricanes. And that thumbnail right there explains it all. That's how they put the fires out, or that's how they washed away the evidence in California right there. But that's not the link I want. I'm looking for the link for the dam levels over in, that's the, this one I think might get me there, but it's the live feeds. I know it's like California.gov. Yeah, I can probably get there from here. So is the camera up? Is it up right now? All right, that map's not going to help us. Whoa, that's pretty weird right there. I wonder if that's rain. Let me put that back on the, so is the cam running? Okay, the Orville axis. So wonder if this thing pans to the different cameras. That's the first time I've ever seen it running. All right, let me see if I can get to the dam levels. Wow, everything is, my stream looks okay, but this is running really bad right now. Now let's go ahead and put this on there. Probably done with this one for just this time being. That may be slowing us down. So, we're seeing that little black right there. That, oh wow, we got a tornado warning in California right now. Now I just shut that damn thing down. Now I got to bring it back up, man. Tornado warning in California. That's pretty crazy. right, let me go ahead and get this over to California. Sacramento, California. All right, check this out. Does California get tornadoes? I don't even never remember reporting on one there. So, tornado warning for central Shasta County in Northern California. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Anderson near Redding, moving south at 20 miles an hour, held up to 2 inches in diameter. It's a radar indicated tornado. Hey, thanks out there, Super Chat. So this storm will be near Anderson around 8:20 p.m. So everybody out there around this area, man, take cover. So let's go zoom in on that part. And I don't never remember reporting on a tornado in California. You know, the way they got these systems blocked in, man. They're locked in. Like, all right, let me get this thing rolling. All right, so here we are. We're looking at the storms. Oh, yeah, see when it looked like that V right there? When they get that kind of V look, that's definitely signs of rotation. Let me put this on the base velocity. So you don't need a tornado hitting there around the dam. What if it throws something into the dam? Like a car. Well, we just seen the barges hit the dam, and it held up pretty good. Yeah, right in there, right where that red dot is, man. That's incoming and outflowing winds right there. And the weird thing, so yeah, oh wow, what's that purple stuff being, what is that signature? Whoa, look at that, something like explodes right down here in a circle. Look at that. That's like an explosion right there. Look, what is that? Let me get it back on the moisture, or I might be able to tell right here. Yeah, it's getting weirder every day. So this is the Bill Air Force Base radar. So it's headed right for the Air Force base right there. So look, we're not picking, oh, there it is. Yeah, that's weird. It's being sucked into the radar. Put this back on the reflectivity. That's some strange stuff going right there. Maybe they're doing the balloon test over here. Yeah, right there when that thing turns into the V shape, that could definitely be something. Let's check the watches again, so it's still ongoing. That's crazy right there. Yeah, I can't get the There we go. We finally found it. All right, let's go ahead and click on these and see where we're at. If this thing, wow, this is the PDF. I want the interactive map. Man. So they haven't updated the reservoir levels since March 1st. That's weird. I should be able to get that. I think it's this one right here. I'm trying to find the interactive map. I don't want this PDF. This is it, but this is a PDF and it won't let me click on anything. What the heck? Alright, I can get it from here. Screw that one, whatever that was. Alright, we want the reservoir conditions. We want the interactive map. And look, man, these dams, we're in major problems from, you know, the border of Canada all the way down. And this could be like a domino effect. Look at this McClure one. This is the one I reported that was in bad shape. Look, it's at 130% of the historical average. Let me click on that one. That is insane right there. Let's check that out. Well, now it's showing it's going down. So that one's got some room. That one's okay. Let me back that up. All right, let's go ahead and start at the top dam. It's still at 113%. Let's see what the trend is. This is Shasta Lake. This is where the tornado's going. It's still going up. It's on an upward trend. So that's not good. So the Lake Shasta is definitely moving up. Let's go ahead and try the Orville. They're not opening any of the dam, far as I know. So it's at 96% of total capacity. And it looks like it could be staying pretty steady. It looks like it's kind of equaled out, and hopefully that's up to date. All right, so that one's kind of holding right now. So that's good. Wow, here's another one. 84% total cap. Trinity's at 97 total cap. Polson 95. Don Pedro 90. Here's one at 94. This very southern, or that's not the most southern, but it's down here a ways. So yeah, you got Trinity at 97%, you got Mount Shasta 97%, Orville's at 96%, Folsom's at 95%. Any one of these, something happens to one of them up in the top. Even Trinity, if that one goes, then Shasta will go. Once Shasta goes, Orville will go, and then it'll just go right on down. In this whole valley right here, I don't know how much water it would take to fill that up, but it could. That used to be a sea a long time ago. Could possibly be a sea again. So still no new warnings here. All right, we're probably done with that. We checked all of them out. Let me get this back into a bigger perspective. What do you mean? What's not true there? Who said that? Brandon. Enlighten us there, Brandon. Brandon J. Yeah, if you go back and look at the really old maps, that used to be water. If you dig out some of the rocks, you see all the fossils in there. Hell, I got sea fossils here. Yeah, but they all flow downhill. That's what I'm saying. They all go down. They all end up in the same spot, just like the Missouri River, Mississippi River. They all go south, every one of them. I guess you'd have to have a terrain map, but I mean, everything goes towards the equator. Whether if you're in the southern hemisphere, everything flows up to the equator. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it flows down to the equator. That's what I'm saying. It all, whatever is up's got to go down. All right, let me make sure we got this on the full amount of frames. Yeah, unless you got a way to, if you got a way to transit the whole place, I guess nobody would ever know. I mean, it's just just looking at it as far as geographical, everything's got to go down. But we'll look into it. We'll look into it a little deeper. That's why we're here. We got to look at that. Look at this aerosol deployment right here. And they just kept hitting the same spot. They hit us today before the storms. We knew the target zones. Look, there's a little aerosols down there in the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, you had all the aerosols, heavy aerosols yesterday over Oregon, Washington. California has aerosols right where the storms are erupting. Let's just zoom in on a couple of these spots. Let's go check California out. Oh yeah, look at the aerosols. You don't think the storm wasn't set up? There it is. There's all the aerosols. Not one of these is a real cloud. Every bit of this is a man-made system right here. Look, there's the target. There's the storms right now. The tornado warnings right there. There's the aerosols. You got more aerosols, and you got all kinds of aerosols and the ship tracks out there in the Pacific. Totally created storms. Look, they're spraying all over that thing, man. Man-made storms, just like going on right here in the Midwest. Where was that crazy spray at? Let's see if we can pick it up on this one. Them are probably, they may not be aerosols. I think that's just coming off. That could be, I don't know what that is, to be honest. It looked like aerosols when you're out, but when you're in, it looks like something coming off the mountains, or could be some water generation. I don't know. That's really weird. But what I'm looking at is these weird spikes going up. Heavy aerosols up in Wyoming, Montana. Here's all the steering trails. It's crazy. These storms are getting more intense at night. Look at them things. Yeah, I wish Are they covering it? Like, I guess we could try to look. Just want to see what these come out like. Let me just see if there's any new warnings or anything. It almost don't look like it's updating right now. There it goes. Now it's going to update. It's being sucked right to the next red, guys. Look at it. It's taking a turn right down to the center. Look, everything is going to the center of the next red. It actually sped up there in the last few frames. That's pretty wild. So, no new warnings right now. All right, no new warnings. That's good. All right, guys, I'm going to have to call this a night. I want to thank everybody out there for helping us out. Everybody is in the path of the weather war. Everybody. You know, if you're in the Midwest, anywhere, you're being flooded out. If you're in the West Coast, all the way up the coast from north to south, you're being bombarded. Everybody in the north, upper north, you're getting bombarded. Everybody down in Florida is getting a heat wave. They're trying to cook you guys out. Maybe they'll try to start some fires. Who knows? You got mega fires going up in Canada, mega fires going on in Israel and all over Mexico. I mean, they're burning the place up or they're flooding the place. There is no in between. So anyway, the storm should be hitting my area here any minute, so I might as well pop off now while we still have connection. Anyway, guys, thanks for helping us out there. Much love. Be safe. God bless. And God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to check on all these lakes and river levels, especially tonight after this inch every 15-minute rain. You know, we got monsoonal rain. Pretty crazy. Anyway, guys, much love. Let me try to hit the exit screen. I'll come join you in chat. Be safe out there. Eyes to the sky. Here we go. What's for eyes?